Welcome back, students, to a new lecture on fault analysis. We are doing fault analysis, so today's lecture is on double LG fault. So we have already discussed single line to ground fault, double L fault. Today we will be discussing about double line to ground fault. That means our fault will occur between two lines and ground. So let me consider the phase as A, B and C. So here let the fault occur between B and C. Okay, now fault is occurring between B and C, and that B and C will be connected to ground. Okay, this is the meaning of double line to ground fault. So let us see the diagram. So here you see double line to ground flow for ground fault. So here we have three lines and a neutral having impedance Zn. Okay, now fault occur between IB and IC. That means phase B and phase C fault occurs. So initially here IA current was flowing, IB current was flowing, and IC current was flowing. Okay, initially all the currents were zero. Now see, when the fault occurs, so what will happen? As we know that when faults occur, the impedance part becomes zero. Okay, that means short circuit. When a short circuit occurs, that means the path for the flow of current becomes negligible. So current can easily flow. So here IB as well as IC is going to flow. Here what current is going to flow? IF. Okay, and what is IF? IF equal to IB plus IC. Okay, you see here, because fault is occurring between line B and line C. Okay, so here IB and IC is coming. So IB IC together is known as fault current. This is the fault current. Okay, so this is the first point. Next, let us see the diagram. If I draw the diagram, what will come? You see, this is what point? This is C. Okay, so VC to ground. This is B. Let me take a different color. So VB, if I throw like this, from here to here, it is VB. Okay, VC and VB. And what is VA? VA is from here to ground. Okay, this is the ground. This is the ground. Okay, so VC and VB, you see, VC and VB are from same point. This point and this point are same. Okay, these two are same point. So VC and VB are same voltages. So what you can write from the figure? VB equal to VC. Okay, VB equal to VC. Now VB and VC is equal to how much? What current is flowing? IF. So IF into what? Into ZF. Now what is this IF? IF means IB plus IC into ZF. So this much current is flowing. Okay, is it clear? Now see, VB means what? VB means VA0 plus alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2, and VC is how much? VA0 plus alpha times of VA1 plus alpha square times of VA2. We know this we have already derived. Okay, this thing we know. And also VB is equal to VC. Okay, so relations, let us see the relations. What relations we are getting? This is one relation. Okay, this is one relation. So this we are simplifying. Let us see what we will get. If you simplify, if you equate VB and VC, what you will get? Say VB equal to VC, VB and VC. So this and this will get cancelled. What remains? In VB part, alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2 equal to, in VC part, what will get? Alpha VA1 plus alpha square va2. Okay, now shift this va1 to the left hand side. Okay, va1 I am shifting to left hand side, so here already va1 is there, so va1 common, alpha square minus alpha equal to, and va2 let me shift to right hand side and this part to the left hand side, so here va2 common, alpha square minus alpha, so this and this will get cancelled. What will get? va1 equal to va2. Okay, so this is another important points you should know. Okay, va1 equal to va2, that means positive sequence voltage is equal to negative sequence voltage. Okay, this will help in drawing our sequence diagram, and vb equal to vc. Okay, now let us write some or solve some other equations. Now see, if equal to 3 ia naught. How you get it? How you got this? Okay, let us see. So we know already ia naught, ia1, ia2 equal to 1 by 3 times of 1 alpha square, 1 alpha square, alpha in the right hand side we have ia, ib and ic, isn't it? Now what you'll get, you see, let me solve here itself. ia not equal to, what is ia is 0, because default is occurring between B and C, so no current is flowing, so ia 0. Okay, and also we know what we know, what is ib and what is ic. So ib will be ib only, ic will be ic only, so I need ia naught. Ia naught will be equal to 1 by 3 times of 1 into 0 plus ib plus ic, isn't it? This implies 3 times of ia naught equal to ib plus ic. Okay, so ib plus ic means what? Just now we got is equal to if. Okay, so finally what we got? if equal to 3 times of ia naught. Okay, if equal to 3 times of ia naught. Is it clear how we got this if equal to 3 ia naught? Simply by solving these equations. Okay, now let us solve some other relation. Okay, now this is in pu. If you want to convert this in actual value, then if equal to ampere, if in ampere equal to if in per unit into MVA by root 3 VA. Okay, so this is the thing. Now other relations let us calculate. So let me erase this part. So we already got this VA1 equal to VA2, and we know that if we break VB we will get this equation, if we get VC equal break VC we will get this equation. Okay, now let us solve for VC. Okay, now VC equal to what we know, what you can calculate, you see, so up till there we have done. So VB, what you can write, see ia naught and minus common, ia1 plus ia2, okay, whole into ZF, Okay, now see is IA1 plus IA2 is equal to, and here I naught, how many? 1 I naught, this is 1 I naught, this is 1 I naught, so it is 2 I naught. Okay, 2 into I naught, so 2 into I naught minus of, you see, IA we can split into IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0, because IA current is 0, IA current is 0. So from here what you can write, IA1 plus IA2 equal to minus IA naught. So this value I am putting here, so minus of IA naught. Okay, this whole into ZF. Therefore finally VB will get, what will get, VB 2 times of IA naught plus IA naught 3 times of IA naught ZF. Okay, so this is one important relation. So from here what you can write, we can finally calculate the value of IA naught. Okay, IA naught equal to VB by 3 times of ZF, isn't it? So this we will use later on. So this is another equation. So here in double LG fault the derivation is a bit big, okay, but not that tough. One by one you have to make the relationship. Okay, this relationship we have already got, this also we not. Now let us solve this VB and these two problem. Okay, this we have already solved. Now this equation, let me solve this VC equal to this. Okay, this equation let me solve now. So now say next part is your VB equal to, okay, let me solve this part. So from here what I can write, VB equal to VA naught plus alpha square. We have already got VA1 and VA2 equal. Okay, so this and these are equal. Let me replace this VA2 by VA1. So if I replace VA2 by VA1, I can take VA1 as common. Okay, what will come, alpha square plus alpha, alpha square plus alpha. This implies VB equal to VA naught. So alpha square plus alpha is minus 1. So VB equal to VA naught equal to VA1. And what is VB? VB we got 3 times of IA naught ZF. 3 times of IA naught ZF equal to we'll get so this is equal to what we'll get, VA naught minus VA1. Okay, so this is another relation. So these are the relations we need. This is one relation, and this is one relation, this is another relation. Okay, so now let me draw the diagram. I hope it is clear, the derivation. You just rewind the video and see. Okay, step by step, and accordingly you write. Okay, I may not write in a systematic order, but in your copy you write in a systematic order. Okay, now see the diagram. Okay, now we know how to draw a positive sequence. In a positive sequence we need a generator with a impedance. So a generator EA0 with a impedance Z1. Okay, now see here, VA1 and VA2 equal. VA1 means positive sequence voltage, VA2 means negative sequence voltage. So here VA1 and here VA2. Okay, this should be equal, and it is equal here. See, so VA1 here. Okay, how I have to draw, VA1 and VA2 are equal, so they has to be parallel. Okay, they has to be parallel, VA2, and this is VA1, isn't it, from the equations. If it is positive sequence, a impedance with a source EA1. If it is negative sequence, only Z2. Now what would be the value of zero sequence? Let us see. And fault current should be equal to IB plus IC. Okay, and also we got one equation here, VA0 minus VA1 should be equal to 3 times of IA0 ZF. Okay, so this is positive sequence and negative sequence, both are equal. Okay, so this minus ZF, this minus ZF should be equal to Z0, and obviously Zn should be here. Okay, this is VA1 or VA2 and this is VA0, this is VA0. Okay, so this minus this should be 3 times of ZF, you see, by equation this. So that is why our diagram came out to be this one, VA1 VA2 equal, VA1 equal to VA2. Also this is VA2 or VA1, whatever you write, VA1 minus this is VA0 equal to 3 times of ZF. Okay, now let us calculate the currents. Now see here, positive sequence, what current is going to flow? IA1, and here IA2, and here IA0. What is IA1? IA1 is, let me erase this part. Now what is IA1? You see, IA1 is, how much is the current? So these two are in parallel, so Z0 parallel, see, Z2 parallel Z0 plus 3ZF, Z0 plus 3ZF is in series, see, so Z2 parallel Z0 plus 3ZF will be in series with Z1, isn't it? So what I can write, if I want this I1 current, then these two should be in parallel. If I calculate the equivalent diagram of these two, then equivalent diagram of these two plus this one, okay, would be total impedance. So Z1 plus Z2 parallel this. Okay, so E0 by total impedance is IA1. Is it clear? Now see, IA0. How much is IA0? IA0 is, you see, IA0. Where from we are getting that IA0? Total current is IA1. It is divided into two parts. One is minus IA2, here minus IA0. Okay, like current division. This is IA2 and this is IA0. Okay, and this is IA1. So IA1 will divide into two parts, IA0 and IA2. Is it clear? Now if I apply current division, if I want IA0 equal to total current into this by this plus this. So IA1 equal to I1 current in where? Here. So I'll be taking this impedance opposite. Okay, you just see the parallel division rule. So Z2 by Z2 plus this. Okay, and IF equal to 3 times of I0. We already know this. So this is how we should derive. Okay, so this is very important, the derivation is very important. So one by one you just see how I have derived the thing. Okay, so you please write it in your copy. Okay, and you rewind the video, so again and again you play and see what actually I have told. Okay, so it's not that tough, just current division you have to apply here. Fine. Next, related to this, let me solve one problem, double LG fault. So a simple problem like the previous one only, 100 MVA power rating, 11 kV, and Z1, Z2, Z0 is given, and Zn, Zf is given. Okay, so IF per unit. So IF per unit, you know, IF equal to 3 times of IA0. Now what is IA0? You don't know. So IA0 you have to simplify. IA0 equal to minus IA1 into Z2 by Z2 plus Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3Zf. This formula we have already derived just now. Just put the value. If you put the value, we will get IA0. So IA0 into 3, you will get IF in per unit. In actual value, if you need, into MVA by root 3 VA. Okay, this MVA by root 3 VL. Okay, so that only you have to calculate IA0. So this we have calculated. IF equal to 3 times of this. Okay, IA1 is this. Here, why you need IA1? Because to calculate this. Okay, and this we have calculated, this we have calculated, and short circuit MVA, same. Short circuit MVA, we have 3 formulas, 3 rules. Let us see. Short circuit MVA equal to E A1 into IA1 per unit. Okay, to calculate IA1 per unit, we have calculate to calculate short circuit MVA, we need IA1 per unit. Okay, so that is why we have calculated this IA1 per unit. Okay, so IF in ampere and IA1 in ampere, and short circuit MVA equal to A1 per unit into IA1 per unit. Okay, so not that tough. It is similar to the previous problem. I hope it is clear, isn't it? Now let us summarize the thing. Okay, whatever we have done till now, we have so see, first if I do the comparison of all the three problems, it is LG, double L and double LG fault. Okay, LG, double L and double LG fault. So what we got, you see the current. Okay, which one is more severe? This one is single line to ground fault is more not more severe. Double line fault is more severe. Okay, here the current is very high. Double line to ground fault is less compared to LG fault. Okay, and where the short circuit MVA is highest? Here, not here, here. Okay, so in the three cases this is severe and here this is severe. Okay, this is just a comparison. Now let us recall what we have done. We have calculated till now Z per unit. Z per unit equal to sorry, Z per unit equal to Z ohm into MVA by kV square. This we already know. Then in star connection, this is the rule, and in delta connection just you have to divide by 1/3. Okay, then Z per unit new equal to Z per unit old into MVA new by old and V old by new. IF per unit equal to E per unit by Z equivalent plus ZF. This also we have discussed. IF ampere, that means actual value equal to per unit into MVA by √3 VL. Okay, so this is we have done. Now every time we are discussing about SC MVA, short circuit MVA, short circuit MVA, what is the definition of that? You see, the power drawn by any transmission line during the fault is known as short circuit MVA. If there is any fault in the transmission line, still it will draw some power. That power is known as short circuit MVA. It is calculated to find the rating of the circuit breaker. Okay, because in a power line we will be connecting CB. Okay, and CB operates whenever there is a fault. So whenever there is a fault, we need a circuit breaker to be connected. Okay, because the circuit breaker will detect, relay will detect, and circuit breaker will trip the circuit. But what circuit breaker, what type, it means what should be the range of the circuit breaker, that depends on the short circuit MVA. So this short circuit MVA is very, very important. Okay, so the power drawn by any transmission line during fault is known as short circuit MVA. This is an interview question and very important question. Okay, you should be able to know, and why it is required for calculating the rating of circuit breaker. Is it clear? It is calculated to find the rating of the circuit breaker. Fine. Next, comparison of the diagrams. Let us see. So we are at the end of the fault analysis. LG fault. In LG fault, we have all the three sequence, that is positive, negative and zero, all are in series, isn't it? The positive, negative and zero sequence all are in series. You see, this is positive sequence. Okay, okay, now see, and here what current is flowing? IA0, IA1, I2, IA2. Okay, all currents are flowing, and because we have how we have related, because all the currents are flowing in series. Is it clear? And what is the fault current? 3EA1 by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3 times of Zn plus Zf. Okay, this we have already discussed. I am just giving the comparison of all the three results. Okay, why we need comparison? Because later on you may forget. Okay, so its comparison is very, very important. So in diagram you see positive, negative and zero all are in series. Here you see the positive and negative are in parallel with each other. There is no zero sequence. Okay, positive sequence is opposite of negative sequence. Zero sequence current is zero. Is it clear? IA1 we got this, IF we got this. Double LG fault. In double LG fault, all the three are in parallel. This and this are in parallel. Okay, I fault analysis equal to 3 times of IA0. IA1, just now we have derived this. This is same for all. Okay, so this is what we have derived. Okay, all the relations you should remember. I hope it is clear. So just go through this. So we have completed this unsymmetrical fault analysis. Okay, so mainly fault analysis consists of three parts. One is unsymmetrical and one is symmetrical. In unsymmetrical we have LG fault, double L fault, double LG fault. So this much we have already done. Okay, all the derivations we have done, and also based on this we have solved one numerical also. Fine. Okay, so next class will be dealing with some new topic. Okay, so maybe I'll be starting stability, new topic. Okay, thank you.